I'm willing to bet that anyone who has ever sat behind a desk at some point in time has fantasized about moving to an idyllic off-the-grid cabin. And today we're about to meet a couple who have done exactly that, building a spectacular home for themselves in this incredible location. G'day Mark, how's it going, mate?
Good, mate, yourself?
Very well, thank you. It's great to meet you.
Good, you too, yeah.
And I am very excited to see your beautiful cabin.
Yeah, no, you're welcome. Not a bad little spot, eh?
It is a wonderful spot you've got here. Look at that view. So first of all, how did you come to be here on this land building a cabin?
I used to go up and down the river my boat hunting, and I saw the section, and I had this idyllic sort of an idea that I could live here and go hunting up and down the river. So one weekend I came up and a house had turned up down the road, and I thought that house was on this section. So I got a little bit worried and rushed in and found a sign that was still for sale, rang the agent, and yeah, we did a deal. So yeah, bought it and then sold a house in town, and here we are.
Fantastic spot. And so you live here together with your wife Karen, don't you?
I do, yes.
Did she take a lot of convincing to actually move into a small cabin?
No, she loves it too, eh? We both like the same thing, so it's pretty easy, yeah, it was good.
We just wanted to live in a beautiful spot, and we'd always sort of toyed with the idea of going off-grid, but having 3 children, yeah, with the children all gone, we found it was time for us to sort of have a different pace of life and chill out a bit more, and yeah.
So with this house here, you really have gone for a very sort of traditional cabin aesthetic, haven't you?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. We had another house that we built just down the road a bit further, and it was sort of a similar sort of a shape, but it wasn't small, it was quite big, and we wanted to get down to a little house, and it kind of got designed as we went too. Yeah, you know what we wanted on the outside and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, so we just sort of designed it, architect drew it up, and then went from there really. But we just like black colour steel and pitched roofs and just something really high. It's not so easy to build, but yeah.
Brilliant. And you're a builder by trade, so you actually constructed this cabin yourself, didn't you?
Yeah, my son helped me a little bit, but yeah, all by myself.
So what size is the cabin here?
It's 54 squares on the bottom, and the mezzanine is around 24.
And so you're totally off the grid with this house as well, aren't you?
Yeah, we wanted to do that, but we were also forced into it because the access to the power is about 500 metres up the road. So yeah, we've got some solar panels, and we popped our solar panels down the front there, and it seems to work, so yeah. And there's no power bill.
Which is a huge plus.
Yeah.
Who can argue with that?
Yeah, no, it's all good, eh?
And I see you're collecting rainwater as well?
Yeah, there is no water system here, so yeah, we've got to, but it's good. Rainwater is so much nicer than tap water in town. Tap water in town is just nasty, eh?
It's like drinking a swimming pool, isn't it?
Yeah, you turn the tap on and it's chlorine just hits you in the face, and yeah, no, it's not good.
Yeah, I think it's not until you actually go off the grid and start drinking rainwater that you realise how bad the town supply really is.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah. Well, the cabin looks amazing from the outside, and I cannot wait to see what it's like on the inside. Should we check it out?
Cool, let's go.
All right, thank you. This is lovely, especially having this height of the ceiling here. It really just makes the whole place feel very spacious, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. It's quite small here, but when you look up, it just opens up, yeah. It's very high too. It's 5.5 metres to the ridge beam, so yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of height.
Yeah, but it's cool.
And I see you've got a hammock hanging from the ceiling as well.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. I just decided I wanted a little hammock, and I was like, where am I going to put it? And I'm like, oh, I'll swing it up on the thing, put a little pulley on it, and yeah, so if I want to sit on the chair, I just leave it down the pulley, and yeah.
Brilliant, nice idea. So what was it that really made you want to downsize and live in an off-the-grid cabin?
You know, he just likes stuff, yeah. And there's sustainability as far as the power, the sewage, catching our water, all that sort of stuff, because we're into that. But this is heaps big enough for us. There's 2 of us. There's a couple of little dogs that come inside, and I just dig little houses.
And I really like what you've done here in this corner with the 2 big windows just looking out and capitalising on those river views.
Yep. That's my old man chair there. That was part of the design. I could sit in my old man chair and look out at the river and see things passing me by. Yeah.
Everyone's got to have an old man chair in front of the fire, right?
Yep, definitely. Yeah, yeah.
And speaking of the fire, this is a really cozy looking lounge space you've created as well.
Yeah, the fire is actually years old. We bought it for an old villa that we were renovating, and we're about to sell it, and we're like, oh, we just like it so much, we just dragged it around with us for years. So we pretty much made sure that that little fire was going in this house, and it's good, it's perfect.
Super comfortable looking couch here as well.
It is, yes. It's big, it's comfy, it's in front of the fire, you can look out the window, you can sleep. People sleep on it, it's that comfy, so yeah, no, it's really good.
And obviously here, all of the walls, as well as the kitchen cabinetry, the shelving, plywood is a big theme in this cabin, isn't it?
It is, yep. It started off that way. We always wanted ply everywhere. And then it got to the kitchen, and it was supposed to be temporary. It was supposed to be a steel kitchen, but I built it out of ply, we put it in, and then we decided, we might as well just build everything out of ply. So it's ply shelves, ply everything. We wanted the kitchen in the middle of the house with access either side. There's a little pantry around the corner where we store food and just all sorts of stuff. And obviously the shelves, chuck a bit of stuff up there too. Yeah.
And standard size home appliances here?
Yep, apart from the oven is just gas and gas. So it's a standard fridge, yep. But it seems to run right off the solar, so.
Beautiful copper sink as well.
Yeah, it came from a family member, and I got it cut down and put a little lip on it and installed it in there, and it's really good. Yeah, love it.
And then the floor. We have to talk about this because the timber is beautiful.
Yeah, the timber, I wanted to do a recycled timber floor, but it was pretty much impossible to find. So this is just pine, and it's new pine.
Really?
Yes, it is. And so when I started building, I thought, well, how am I going to make it look second-hand? So we just bashed and crashed on the floor when we built. So that's why it's all dented and scratched and stuff. And I nailed it old school along the joist with the nail, just punched the nails and left them there. And then stained it, and there you go. It looks old and it was cheap.
It does, and I never would have guessed that this is pine either.
No, most people don't. The only downfall is it's a little bit dark. It shows the dirt and stuff, but
Just all adds to the character, right?
yeah, no, it's nice, yeah.
And then what's hiding around the corner there?
And there's a bedroom around here.
Right. Oh, this is a lovely cozy space, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's good. Yeah. Plywood again.
Yep. Sticking with the theme?
Yeah. We were going to put a bit of a whitewash on it, but it yellows up naturally, and it looks okay with the black.
It certainly does.
Yeah.
And you've got a stunning view from your bedroom here as well, don't you?
Yeah. It's good waking up in the morning and looking at that. The sun sort of peeks over the hill there and don't want to get out of bed.
Absolutely. And what do we have through this door here?
That's our little bathroom.
Should we take a look?
Cool.
Again, lovely sized bathroom. Cozy enough, but not excessive, right?
Yeah, no, it's big enough. We've been able to get a semi-full size vanity, and the shower, although it's not huge, it's still a decent size, and there's still room for everything. You can get out of the shower and dry yourself without bashing into stuff, and it's good.
Flushing toilet in here as well. It's definitely a luxury for an off-the-grid cabin, isn't it?
Yeah, it definitely is. We looked into composting, and we went this route because the composting needed maintenance, and that was much easier for us, yeah. It was way more costly to do that than the composting, but yeah, works good.
Yeah, because this is all running into a septic system, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Beautiful light fitting in here as well.
Yeah, that was one of our interior designer decisions, a Trade Me special.
Off of Trade Me, really?
Yeah, and the mirror on the wall, that's been around for a long time. That's gone from house to house to house, so yeah.
It's always nice when you can just carry those little touches of home around with you.
Yeah, it was a favourite of my wife, so that had to come, yeah.
And so what's happening upstairs on the mezzanine?
Yeah, we're going to have a look, eh?
Let's go have a look. Again, it's just so cozy up here, isn't it? And here in the mezzanine, you can really feel the effect of having the high ceilings because it is just so spacious up here, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's really good, eh? It's good being able to stand up. Gives it a little bit more space for the heat to sit too, because it does get hot in a pitched roof in a mezzanine.
Of course.
Yeah, so it's quite good.
And talk to me about how this space is used.
This really is just like a spare room. There's furniture that we've collected over the years, like that's my wife's mother's old couch that's come with us forever. So there's stuff like that that doesn't really fit, but it's got to be here, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. It's lovely here in the mezzanine being able to sort of look down over the rest of the house as well.
Yeah, I like that. And you get a little bit of a view out to the river there.
You certainly do, it's beautiful.
Yeah, that's one of my favourite views up here, that's for sure.
So how long have you been living in the cabin now?
We started building 3 years ago. Yeah, so it took us about a year to build, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah.
On and off had to work as well.
Of course.
Yeah, so a little while now. We're not only off grid, but we live a fair way from
Services.
a town we've got a village, but it doesn't have much of that. So, yeah, you kind of learn to make your own entertainment in a way, I suppose, the old folks would say, but it's more of a just being happy with yourself, really.
Yeah, we spend a lot of time at the beach and
doing all those little things.
Things that you tend to forget that make you feel so good. You know, just that. Sometimes it's just that solace of going to the beach on your own when it's a crappy day and it's windy and it's just quite exhilarating. It's lovely.
Yeah. Or if your sons turn up to go fishing, you're like, whoa, let's go fishing.
Yeah,
That's
you go
cool.
and do it.
They'll make the effort to come up and go, and it makes it a little bit more special way. Yeah,
definitely.
So that sort of thing's good.
And can you talk to me a little bit about the cost that was involved in realising this project?
Okay, so it's not completely standard, especially the foundations. So there was a little bit more cost on the foundations. It worked out at around 2,000 a square metre, and there was 54 squares on the bottom and about 24 on top. So it cost us around 150,000 to build it.
And the additional cost in the foundations, that was a result of sitting quite high on the water table.
Water table, silt, so they had to be driven piles. We couldn't concrete anything in.
Right.
Yeah. Everything here had to be engineered, so the piles had to be engineered, and the septic system and the solar system, and if you want to do it, well, you just have to do it, don't you?
Absolutely, and the rewards speak for themselves, really, don't they?
Yeah, no, it's awesome, Love it.
And as a builder, what was it like for you to be able to dive into a project like this and design and build your own home?
It's really good, yeah. Constantly doing what everyone else wants to do, which is fine because they're paying you to do it, but it's really good to do your own thing, and you can just take your time, and I find myself that the longer I leave it, the better ideas I have. So and especially when you're building a house, if you don't get too involved in what's happening 2 or 3 months' time down the build, by the time you get there, you've been thinking about it, and you can perhaps do it how you want it or a little bit different. So it was really good, because some of the things in this house weren't how we envisaged them to start with. Yeah, it's turned out good.
It's just lovely being here. It's so peaceful, and it's always, it's just such a nice space. It's compact, but it's not, you don't feel constricted. It doesn't feel small. I can vacuum the whole house from just about one plug, which is great. I love that.
I don't have to vacuum, I love that.
Yeah. It's just a lovely space. It's open, it's seemingly big, but it's little, so it's cosy, and it's just a lovely home to live in.
Everything you build, you take a bit of pride in. So, there is when it's your own, because you can do your thing, and it's not to everyone's taste, but it doesn't matter because it's yours. It's what you want to do. So, it's cool.
Well, Mark, you really have built such a beautiful home for yourself here. I love the style, I love the black exterior, and then I love just standing here right now looking out onto that incredible view. Congratulations on a brilliant project.
Thank you, mate. Good meeting you.
Good to meet you.
And you can sit in my old man chair if you want.
I think I might.
Yeah.
There's an undeniable romance to the idea of moving to a beautiful, idyllic location and building an off-the-grid cabin. And here, this place really lives up to that expectation. Mark and Karen have built themselves a truly special home here. And right now, I think I just want to sit back in this chair and enjoy this spectacular view.